Hi, this is Drew with a review of the LeBron 2. This is one of the rare instances where a retro shoe is very close to the original. The cushioning itself, it's there. If you remember, the LeBron 2 is a Zoom airbag and the heel is ordinarily about, I would say, at least 50% wider and thicker than the Zooms you see in the heel. And on the forefoot as well, it's the unlocked Zoom that's visible that you see in the Jordan 28s. It's here. It's as large, if not larger, and I've not dissected the retro, so I would not know for sure, but the originals had that setting. But judging by what I can feel and the silhouette of the contours of the Zoom Air that's embedded in it, it feels like they've stayed true to the original, and you can feel the Zoom Air there. For a size 9, it weighs 507 grams, but if you take out the insole, and the strap, it goes all the way down to 444 grams. So a whole number at the front goes up from 507 grams to 444 grams without the strap and the insole. The insole is very, I love the material they use. It's the polyurethane type of insole that's usually seen in Adidas models, which is rock hard, but the insole provides some sort of stepping comfort and cushioning. But for this, the Zoom Air is working just fine. So get a thinner insole for this shoe. Thin with a little bit of an elevation on the heel, a little thick heel insole. I say this is definitely, the heel is thicker than the forefoot, but it feels pretty even Steven. There is very little offset from the heel to toe. So I would suggest getting something with a bit of a heel elevation in terms of the insole. And on the forefoot, you can just have paper thin insole, and you can feel the Zoom Air working around the forefoot very nicely. As for this PU insole, it's very uniformly thick from heel to toe, so it actually aggravates that sensation of the heel sinking sensation. So I would recommend against this, unless you're wearing this shoe just for comfort and walking around. That should provide some extra comfort, but the Zoom Air, the midsole itself, gets the job done, and also the insole elevates your foot, so you want to stay lower to the ground if you want to wear this for performance purpose. As for the strap, I really don't think it does anything spectacular, so I would suggest just go without the strap. And inside the strap, you see these little laser edge patterns, which actually looks quite nice. So yeah, overall, it's a design that's ahead of its time. The tech and everything that's implemented into it, I think they put more thought into it compared to the shoes we see today. It's from 18 years back, but it feels like it was 18 years ahead of its time, or perhaps some of the recent LeBron series, especially the 19. It feels like a huge step down from this model, which stayed true to the basics of cushioning and comfort and fit and lockdown. Speaking of fit, it fits pretty much true to size. I guess to some people, you might feel a little bit of a room, might run a little bit longer, but it's not crazy wide. But if you have a very narrow foot and you want a very tight fit, you might want to go down half a size. But personally, I would recommend go true to size. If you wear a lot of performance socks or wrapping or support gear or whatever, or if you need some space on the shoe, I would say go half a size up. So casual wearers or those who like to have some room in their shoes, go half a size up. If you like a good one-to-one fit, go true to size, unless you have a crazy narrow foot. I like the material that it hugs the shoe overall nicely. It's not pinching anywhere, and shockingly, the toe box does not have a lot of dead space like a lot of LeBrons, and the lace loops come all the way down close to the toe area, so it's providing a very nice lockdown there. It's a high cut, but it doesn't feel like it's invasively high cut. It's got very nice spongy padding all around, so all the way around your ankle and the Achilles, there's softness. There's no pinching sensation anywhere, and this little, you can see that there's a little perforation on the sponge that's used in there. I don't know if this was used in the original LeBron 2, or because the LeBron 20, they've been bragging about how they used this perforated sponge, and this is supposed to be something new to Nike shoes, and it's a brand new technology. But if you used it in 18 years ago and you're saying it's new, I don't know. Is this a Pro Tour, or are they bluffing, or did they forget that they had that technology 18 years ago? We'll find out. Overall, it's very all better all around. It's not the most breathable shoe out there. The outrigger gets the job done. This little overall, this TPU shell does a good job of containing the shoe. Yeah, it's very stable. It provides anti-inversion support very nicely, while at the same time there's the midsole area is soft in the medial side to support your movements. The traction is pretty interesting. They're very deep. So I remember in 2004, a lot of kids were wearing this outdoors, and they could wear it for a prolonged period of time because the outsole pattern was pretty durable. The outsole pattern is not sensitive to dust, but it's not sensitive at all. So it's not the kind of biting traction that you want. It's not sliding all over the place like some lazy Adidas herringbone traction. So it's okay, and it's not sensitive to dust, and it's pretty durable. So take what you will with that. I would say it's better than some of the crazy things that Nike tried that didn't work, and it was paper thin, that didn't get big points in terms of durability. So yeah, it's got a nice smooth, despite the shell, it's got a nice smooth overall transition and landing. There's no clunkiness all around. The Zoom Air gets the job done. So yeah, this is a pretty good shoe, but of course the price point is pretty high because it's one of those classics that's retro. I would love to see it go on sale, and if it does, I would love to grab a few more. That's how much I like this shoe compared to some of the retros that has this wonky fit or some tech that's taken out and things like that. So yeah, it feels like the LeBron 20 took a lot of cues from this. The basic large Zoom Air on the heel and Zoom Air on the forefoot, to the basics. That actually works. And the midsole foam that's soft, and there's a good heel to a transition. Traction, we'll see what 20 is like. I can't wait to get it. It's being released a bit later here in Korea. Everyone's dying to find out what it feels like. Some people already purchased it from their overseas friends or through internet shopping malls and whatnot. But I will wait, and I will try them once they're out. I can't wait to find out what colorway it's going to be the first colorway for here in Korea. The heel cup it's kind of soft here, but the padding all around provides a good firm hugging lockdown, and these little insole midsole material come up all the way to provide a certain level of stability. So overall, I really can't say much about this shoe that's negative, except the traction could be a little bit better. If you remember the 3 and the 6, LeBron 3 and 6, they're very similar in terms of the Air Force One-like design. Of course, 3 and 6 has a terrible traction. So compared to 3 and 6, this has better traction. Just like the 3 and 6, it has good soft cushioning with a little bit of an elevation and very sensitive forefoot zoom unit that feels plush. So yeah, good job on the part of Nike. This was a good shoe. Looking back, 18 years back, I did not love it as much as I should have. Good that we're united in 2022.